My name is Ingrid Hyde. I'm an artist and art educator. Art has always been a passion of mine from a very early age. I have been creating art as young as I can remember. I've continued to make art a career path for me as an art educator. Being an art educator helps me stay young and fresh with my work. I believe art should be fun, exciting, and expressive, much like art is when you first learn to begin to paint and explore the materials around you. Painting is my favorite medium to work with. I use acrylic-based paints, aerosols, acrylic ink, and I also include mixed media elements to help tell my story. The stories that I tell are very personal. However, a lot of them have to deal with nature, the environment, protecting the vulnerable, women, and children. My show is called HuePhoria. Hue represents color, Phoria for joy. I named it HuePhoria because I wanted to communicate the act of joy that I have when I make art, but also color seems to be what connects people to my art. I feel that I am an intuitive artist. I'm surprised that my work is as graphic as it is, because when you don't start out with that idea and then somehow these images kind of transform and appear in your work, it's kind of amazing because they weren't there at the beginning, but now they've surfaced and come out, and they help to build that relationship and that story that you're creating. HuePhoria is a painting I created for this show. This one specifically is the joy of creating. Now, sometimes when you make art, you might have an idea to start out with, and then you build on that. This one was more random images that just felt right and connected. And a lot of it is me, when I am being creative, that things pop into your head and like, I think this needs a fish. I think this needs a box. think this needs the color blue. So sometimes it's a little absurd, and that's what the creative process is. It is the ability to be absurd if you need to have fun, and pull these things together to create something beautiful. One of my newer pieces for the show, first time showing, is called Invasive. The one thing that really stands out about that piece is the organization of my composition. So when you look at it, you will notice there is a big division in the left versus the right. And I think that kind of plays with the whole title of invasive, because whether it is invasive thoughts that you go through in your head that tell you this isn't good enough, or you could be better, and it could drag you down, all right? So you have invasive thoughts. It could be that the environment, we have our policies that maybe harm the environment, and we could that are invasive and tearing up the world that we live in. It could also be, invasive laws that are harming women and their healthcare rights and the ability to have choices about themselves and how to be themselves. Bunny Girl Heroine is an example of feminine power to overcome, to exceed, to face every challenge with positivity, and to live in the moment. It was created during a time where I was suffering from a medical diagnosis that could be very life-threatening. It was quite possibly the last painting I would have ever painted. I sat there and thought about, what is it that I want to communicate? What is the most important personal feeling to me? And it was about my identity as a woman. We are asked or told sometimes as women growing up, you're supposed to be a mother, right? You're supposed to be a wife. And we're much more than that. So hopefully in this piece, I'm communicating how strong women are and how much power they can hold and wield when they need to. I am thankful to the Freeport Art Museum for allowing me to show my work and give an opportunity for others to view and enjoy the process of making art.